Hey guys, so today we have this. Apparently, it's a Canadiana Elite 22-inch self-propelled lawnmower, which comes equipped with a Briggs & Stratton. I think this is a 550 Series EX overhead valve engine. Oh, never mind. It's a Quantum. Okay, so it's a Canadiana Elite 22-inch self-propelled lawnmower and comes equipped with a Briggs Quantum. What a lovely engine. Oh, I see the first problem already. The heat shield, it's folded up, so that's not good. It doesn't seem to have affected anything, but I think whatever adhesive, if there was any, has given way. But the plastic's still good, so the heat shield is still working. So apparently the only problem with this mower is that it requires a control cable. Well, that's interesting. See, it also needs a gas cap. Does it have fuel? Let's see. Yeah, it's got a bit of fuel. Oh. There's screws missing for the cover. Well, that's new. I wasn't aware of that. Rope looks okay. Just gonna see the condition of this fuel. It smells fresh. It does smell like fresh gasoline. Not sure if anybody would have this model. I do have Canadian viewers and American viewers. I'm not sure that this particular model would have been sold in the US, but likely sold in Canada all over the place. Because it's funny, when this one was for sale, I saw another one that was not self-propelled. I was tempted to get them both, but unfortunately the other one sold and was a little far away. I mean, this one was far enough as is, but the price was right, and I thought, why not? This will make a good video. So just in case you have this model, number 7800908, perhaps some of the fixes might work for you. Who knows? So we'll give it a quick oil change after it proves itself to be a running mower, and then we'll inspect the condition of the belt, because the wheels are no good. They've got no tread at all. I think I might have some wheels that will work, but we will see. All depends on if they'll fit. Otherwise, mower seems to be in pretty good condition. Comes with a deck washout, but I don't think they've ever used it. This O-ring or washer, whatever you want to call it, feels a little hard, and it's got no indication that it was ever used. Maybe we'll change that for the first time. As for condition with grass, well, I think you see what kind of condition this is in. Looks like there's some holes in the deck. How lovely. That wasn't mentioned. That's not good. But overall, it seems pretty solid. We'll definitely have to treat this. But most of it, yeah, it still seems pretty solid. Well, I say that and that just flakes off. But for the most part, it seems pretty solid and comes with a bag. Clearly, they didn't take as good care of this. There really is no reason for a mower to get rusted like this. It is what it is. The underside, well, it's actually not too bad. They just failed to empty the bag regularly. Blade looks good. Doesn't look like it's bent. Belt does seem okay, but we'll inspect it later and see if it is okay or if it needs replacement. It's a heavy one. All right, guys, I guess let's crack into it. So I've got the engine brake clamped off. Let's see if this thing's actually going to start and run, or what exactly is going to happen with it. It's got a tiny bit of fuel. Okay, so if you saw the short, you saw me do this, but never showed you if it started and ran or what happened. Take a look. And it dies. So I guess all it really does need is an engine brake cable. How about that? And the way it was running definitely says that it's probably going to need a little bit of carb work, but that's okay. All right, so let's pop this spark plug for now. Oops. Sorry, guys. Hold on. What button do I push? Oh, geez. Editor Mikeanic, help me out. Oh. Thanks. Thanks for restoring the video. Phew. Oh, I keep forgetting that's what happens whenever I pull these things. Oh, look. It's got a Champion. Looks like an RJ19LM. Nice. We'll check the air filter in one sec. So I guess I better find a brake cable. I should have several from a couple of the mowers I've torn down. All right, give me a few minutes. I'll be right back. So I found a cable, but unfortunately, there's no part number on it. I took it off of... I can't remember what mower it was. I think it was a Weed Eater from Husqvarna Poulon. It is what it is. If I ever remember, then I'll have Editor Mikeanic put it into the video. But Otherwise, I wish I could tell you guys. I honestly do. But it seems to do the trick quite nicely. So let's try it. Make sure. Yep. So there, it works. So that's a good sign. At least we know the mower works. So we should change the air filter. We'll get into that. But definitely got to work through the carb, because you could hear it's surging even though it's barely idling. Unless it's just because it's so low on fuel. Maybe I should add a little bit of gasoline and see if that makes a difference. Oh, better leave that on. I don't need the screens to go dead again. There, that should be enough to wet its whistle. At some point, I've got to find out. Oh look, replace when empty. This is one of those charcoal ones, I think. Honestly, yeah, I see where it's broken right here. I wonder if that piece is still in there. Okay, let's see if that makes a difference on the engine surging. It almost seems like it's choked. Let's have a quick looky-loo at that air filter. So 5/16 or a standard screwdriver. No, I don't have my GoPro right now. I'm sure that's the first thing you guys notice. No GoPro video. A brand new air filter. Huh. Interesting. So that is not the problem. That is a brand new air filter. I guess we got to go through the carb after all. And yes, I did check for oil, so I did know that there was oil. And just in case, yeah, you can see plenty of oil dripping off the dipstick. Oh, but Mikeanic, you didn't wipe it off first. How do you know it's not splashed up there from the little that's in there? That's a good point. I didn't wipe it off. There you go. I wiped it off, and lots and lots of oil. Plenty. In fact, it's at the level it's supposed to be. It's not overfull. It's not underfilled. It's right on the money. So I guess let's get that carburetor off and work through it and make sure that everything's good. Okay, so I think now, since we're going to do a quick scene change, I shouldn't have any issues pulling the spark plug. Okay, so we'll be right back after this. Hey, look at that, guys. Look what I found. A red subscribe button. If you made it this far into the video, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget, give it a thumbs up. Comment below. I love to read your comments, and I try to reply to as many of them as I can, especially the early ones. All right, guys, back to the video. Take the air filter off again. And it looks like 3/8 or 5/16? 5/16. 1, 2. Don't want to lose those. Put them in the tray. And we got a third one right here. Oh, and it just falls off. That's split? No, good. Okay, so that's fine. And there's the screw. Nice, it went into its home. 3/8 it looks like back there. That's going to be tough to get to. We maybe can't get it. I'm going to have to get 3/8 wrench. Nice. That's awesome. I can't find my 3/8 nut driver, unfortunately. Oh, Mikeanic! What about the fuel line? I'll get Mr. Pinch for that. Okay, there's the first one. I know. Could have removed this bracket, but that means removing a head bolt. Don't feel like doing that. And that one I should be able to get with a 3/8 socket. See, do I have a 3/8? I have a 10 mil. Is 10 mil going to be too sloppy on it? Let's see. It's a little sloppy, but hopefully it's not tight. Let's see. No, it wasn't tight. Good. Sorry, Steve! I'll get the 3/8 socket for putting it all back together. Don't you worry. And we've got the governor vane here. And we've got a spring. And come here, spring. There we go. Spring's now off. And the governor vane. Right, let's just take that thing off. Mr. Pinch?
Yes, I am here. I am little Mr. Pinch.
Oh, little Mr. Pinch. Okay, do you think you're up to a task of pinching a little bit bigger of fuel line?
Oh yes, I pinch.
Okay, little Pinch.
Pinch.
He really does like pinching fuel line. So let's get this oh, this isn't a governor vane. This is a choke vane. Interesting. So let's move the choke vane off. And let's see. Take this springy off. I guess we'll have to remove the fuel line so we can get the governor linkage off. Maybe. I'd love to remove it after, please. And thank you. There. Now I'd like to remove the fuel line. That's a lot of gunk. Look at that. Gross. These poor pliers, they escaped and managed to disappear into the garden. Managed to find them. I'm going to have to clean them up and give them a little bit of an oil treatment. But they're still working okay. Sorry, pliers. Bless you. Boy, that's a noisy car. I'd tell you it's a Mitsubishi, but I think you could tell. How's Mr. Pinch work? Let's see. Oh, good job, little Pinch. Good job. Oh, good. I'm glad you're doing your best. That's the most important. All right, let's get this. Oof, gross. Let's get this all cleaned out. So there shouldn't be water in here because it was running. Oh, maybe they use stabilizer? It's really gross. Now the fresh fuel's in there. So it's wiping this crap off. Okay, so choke flap's good. Bottle's open now. And we can see the emulsion tube down in there. Okay, so let's get this open. Oh. Of course. Another gasket. Looks like the one for the air filter. How many of these I have to make? I wonder if that was the problem with the whole thing. Maybe. Hard to say if it really was, if that's why it wasn't working. Getting too much air, unmetered air. I'm not entirely convinced that this has actually made that much of a difference. Oh well, let me get this cleaned up at least, and then I'll have the cameras on for reassembly. Unless I find anything really like special in here, I don't expect anything, but gross. If I find anything that's out of the ordinary or it's just really gunky, then sure. I'll turn the cameras on and we'll take a look together. But, all right, guys, we'll be back after this. So apparently there was a little bit of water in there. Surprise, surprise. But there was a whole lot of yellow gas. So honestly, I didn't find anything else. There were no gummies, there were no little crystals or really any kind of deposits at all. So right now it's in the ultrasonic, and yeah, I really didn't find anything of interest. Anyway, I'm going to clean out this pan and I'll be ready for reassembly. See you soon, guys. Alright, so let's get this thing back together. As you can see, it actually came out pretty good. Actually came out really good. Nice and clean. Let's see. Bowl's nice. Float's good. Even made up a new gasket. Look at that. Should work okay, I think. Yeah, I think it should work okay. For the most part. Maybe without that. So frustrating when you lose the gasket like that, but it happens, it happens. So I'll get the needle on. pin. Mini mallet. There we go. That's a lot better. It's not really a mini mallet, it's just a screwdriver bit. So this gasket, if it leaks from anywhere, it'll leak from there. I don't have the utmost faith in it. Making sure there's no gunk on it anywhere. Seems okay. Half-inch wrench. Just tighten it down. There. Now let's get this back on the mower and see if that made a difference. I think it will. I think it will, for sure. Okay. How is that held in? I'm not sure I really want to know. Oh, what a disaster this thing is. That's okay. Alright, Mr. Pinch. You can release it now. Let's see, is it going to leak? I think we're safe. Get the spark plug wire on. Okay, we got fuel. Let's see. How's it gonna go? Same thing. Did I forget to put that spring on? I did. Oh, silly me. And once you have it, I think I got it pinched in there. Right, give me a sec. Let me take this all apart and fix that. There we go. Let's put that on. See how that is. Okay, so round 2. It wasn't that pitiful. Okay, let's ixnay this part. For now. Let's see. Let's give it a touch of tension. This just seems like, almost like the, I guess not. The governor was like almost fighting against itself, but it's not. It's actually working okay. Never mind. It's the thoughts in my head. Don't worry about it. I'm not quite sure what I'm even saying. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, so let's try that again. Okay, now will it do that again? Well, they were right about one thing. It did need an engine control cable, which we solved that problem. Now, let's get that guy on. Let's see if it'll run the same with the air filter in place. And we'll do an oil change right after this. Okay. Spark plug's ready. Exhaust is ugly. It kind of looks a bit ugly, but that's okay. We'll give it a quick cleaning shortly before we do the oil change. Oh, where did you come from? I already know. It came from here. Here. I think. One. No. Ow. There's two on there. Okay, so now let's quickly try it with the air filter on. Okay, so let me get the siphon ready and we'll get that oil changed. Okay, so loud noise is imminent. Okay, so we'll let that drain, and as soon as that's done, I'll get the other oil ready. Nice. I think that's all of it. Alright, that's done. Okay, so this engine takes about 500 milliliters of engine oil, or this is 16 ounces, but I've read it between 16 and 18 ounces. So let's start with 500 mil, and then we'll take a reading.
Aaron has a tournament this weekend. John had a tournament 2 weekends ago with Peterborough. Was in the finals. They lost to a Peterborough stacked 1 team. And fucking yeah, take on go. On a full-time go.
Okay, so that's 500. Yeah, we're right here. We're perfect. Alright, now that the engine should be at least cool, we'll quickly run it, see if it starts up and idles properly again. Okay, so this one's done. We're just going to give it a quick bath, and I guess afterwards I'll attach some bonus footage if I record it, swapping the wheels with one inside if it fits. if it fits. If they're not going to fit, if they're not going to work, then they're not going to work. But let me grab my spray bottle and we'll quickly rinse this off. Yeah, that looks a lot better. I'm going to let it sit and dry for about an hour, and then I'll come back. I'm going to strip the wheels off on the inside, see if they fit on this, and if not, they don't, then I'm not going to worry too much about the wheels. I mean, it does have traction, but the back end's pretty rusted, so if the wheels don't fit, I'm not going to worry too much on these. So someone's going to get a half decent lawnmower, but unfortunately I can't do much about the rust on the deck. Let's give it one last shot. Come on. Right, so it's kind of been a hot minute since the last time I took a look at this mower. In fact, I'm not exactly sure how long it's been. It's been at least a month, maybe a month and a half. Ended up getting a little sidetracked on a few other projects on the go. So I know where we left off was I had just washed it and I tried to start it and it didn't start, and I was like, uh-oh, did it break it? Well, not long after that, I did try it again and it started just fine. However, I noticed another problem. No, not that the gas cap is broken. That's irrelevant. So if you remember, there should be gasoline in there. But of course I believe it's all leaked out. Now, I believe I said that if it's going to be leaking from anywhere, it's going to be leaking from the bowl gasket. I'm almost 100% positive it's leaking from the bowl gasket. So I've got a new one. And the part number is... And, oh, go. Yeah, let's quickly swap this out, see if it keeps leaking. Give me 1 sec, let me grab a few tools. All right, it's 5/16. Get the air cover and cleaner off. There, next, let's get this air cover off. There. Perfect. Yep, that's gasoline, all right. Okay, so I believe 1/2 inch. Let's see. There we go, a bit of yellow gas. Nice. Yeah, I was expecting there to be some in the bottom. And I think there's a little bit of water too. As I said, it's been a hot minute. Oh, there's a bunch of gunk in there. That's for certain. Yuck. That's definitely the culprit. I lost the oil. Yeah, there goes with constant drip, 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 drip. Yeah, so the needle and seat working just fine. A little more drip. Let me quickly spray this out. Good old-fashioned brake clean. There we go. Let that dry there. There, now we know 100% is definitely clear. Any water that may have been in there, which I don't think so, but any of the ethanol that gummed up the system. There we go, that's the new gasket. Let's get it on. Oh, I'm gonna have to take it off, aren't I? I really didn't want to take the carburetor off. Oh, got it. Yeah, pretty sure I got it. That wonderful yellow gas. Yummy. Ah, keep turning it off of straight. There. Oops. I don't want that to come off. Put that back. You stay. Now, yeah, I guess I should add fuel first, make sure it doesn't leak. Oh, put that on. Stay. All right, so let's add a little bit of fuel. Make sure it doesn't leak out. Only a little bit of gas left in this thing. Might as well dump what's left in. There we go. Nice yellow staining in there. Look at that. Just stains the paintwork. It's got to be the corn gas causing the staining. So I guess we should see if it'll start, but let's put the air cleaner on. At least the cover anyway. If for any other reason, but to keep that gasket on. There. That'll work. Well, let's hope the lawnmower works. Otherwise, this will all have been for naught. Now, I had mentioned that I had other wheels for this. I don't. I don't have anything, and yeah, this rubber's not coming off, so I'm not going to worry about the tread on that. I mean, for what this mower is, for what it's going to be worth, honestly, if it gets 2-3 years after this, hey, that's great. And if it lasts even longer, even better. And if in the future, maybe the next owner can decide, you know what, I really like this and it's working great, I'll change the wheels. But for now, I'm going to leave it be. I don't want to go and cut any more into the profit. I mean, they're really not. That one's bad, but it's not terrible. Anyway, let's see if this thing will work. Sounds like a loose blade. Or it's hitting something.
Yeah, see? It works just fine. Just what I was saying. And as you can see, the self-propel, it works great.
Beauty. Let's see what's that sound underneath, though. What's going on under here? I'm not sure what that is. Blade's good. Not sure what that is, but I don't know what's hitting. I actually don't know what that sound could be. Huh. What a strange noise. I guess I'm gonna have to cut this crap off. I'll just rip off. Well, you know, it's not terrible. Let's, it doesn't seem to be leaking either. I'm going to get the air cover back on. I'll get those reattached, and what the heck? Let's cut some grass. All right, I'll see you shortly. Yeah, probably not the right ones, but they'll work. There. Right. Okay. Let's take it over to the grass. Okay, guys. My GoPro, the battery is like at a critical level, so let me swap the batteries and be right back. What's this? What's this we have here? Why am I seeing gas coming down at the bowl? Or is it? Nope. It's coming out of the bowl nut. How about that? It's that gasket on the bowl nut. Let me grab Mr. Pinch that off, and quickly fix that bowl nut. Right, so where would Mr. Pinch be? Oh, Mr. Pinch. Mr. Pinch.
Yes. I am here. What you need? I am Mr. Pinch. I pinch.
Oh, Mr. Pinch, I have a hose down here that I need you to pinch so we can get this gas line shut off.
Ah, I like pinch gas line. I pinch that gas line.
Pinch. Okay, thank you, Mr. Pinch. Okay, let's get this guy off. And again. And, oops, I dropped that. I heard it hit the plastic. There it is. Let's actually put those underneath the air filter. This off. I already know there's going to be gas, and it's going to be likely yellow. Oh, it's broken.
Must be the corn gas causing it to swell. Okay, I'm just going to replace that. Let's put a new one on. It's almost like it turned into a Tecumseh gasket. Very weird. There. Oops. Got it. That was a whole lot of not so much fun. There. Okay, Mr. Pinch. Let it go. There you go. Thanks, Mr. Pinch.
You are always welcome. You need pinch. You call one and only Mr. Pinch. I am Mr. Pinch.
Thank you, Mr. Pinch.
You're welcome. I go now.
Yep, he's gone. Okay, so we'll get the gasket on. Now where the heck it goes. I'm not sure what I was trying to accomplish there. I'm not seeing any more fuel dripping. Still got fuel in the tank. Good. Right. Wipe up what's here. Then we'll know for sure. Okay, so should start right up. So the gasket. I'm gonna let this dry out. Put that right there. Maybe it'll come back to size. Don't like that sound. Wonder if it's something loose. Yeah, we're plenty of good on oil. It's just something loose here. Quite likely just yeah, probably something like this nonsense. Now it doesn't want to start. Yep, choke is closed. Right, try that again. The only thing I can think of then, spark. Let me get it into a shaded area. Let's check for spark. Okay, I need you to do your best to watch that. Let me know if you see spark. Watch, darn thing's gonna. Watch this thing start up, no problem now. Yeah, it's not the bail. Look how much travel that's got. Let's see. So that test was a little inconclusive. So I'm gonna pull the spark plug and see if I can have it so I can actually see if the thing's actually flashing, because I couldn't see anything at all. So let's quickly pull this spark plug. Plus we'll also be able to see. Maybe just simply flooded. Yep, Champion RJ19LM. Maybe flooded. So let's see. So now, if it's arcing, I should be able to hear it. Maybe. Maybe. Let's try that. I don't know if I heard anything. I'm going to try there, see if I can see that. Yes, there is spark. 100% I just saw a flash. So there is spark. So probably the plug. Probably the plug. Right, so I have a whole assortment of spark plugs. That's the original. So I have a laser, a torch, another RJ19LM, an older RJ19LM, but I know that one works, another RJ19LM, and a Briggs & Stratton version of the RJ19LM. I know all these work. So I'm going to use the laser. Because why not? Go. Move these off to the side on that leaf. And you can sit there and wait. Now, will it start? And of course the answer to that question is no. It won't start. Ay, ay, ay. What is going on with this machine? A little bit of brake clean. Oh wait. This is the non-flammable stuff. I forgot. That will never combust. Why didn't you guys tell me? Got this now. That'll work. Let's see. Oops. Let's do that again. I think it might be the fuel. Well, not that it's not getting fuel. The fuel, it's in there. That's weird. It's almost like it's got intermittent spark. That's really weird. Whew, that is stinky fuel though. Right. Let's try a different plug then. Yeah, stinky fuel. Let's try a Rail Champion. Nice clean one. There. But it's the quality of that fuel that's in there. I'm gonna have to go get some fresh gas. Yeah, definitely gonna have to get some fresh gas. I think the leaking is what kept the water out. So let me get some fresh gas and we'll be right back. Okay, so I've got it all back together. I used my little air blaster and blasted this out with air, obviously, to flush out any of the water that was still in there. Cleaned it all out. It's now nice and dry in there. And let me go grab the gas that came out of there. I'll show you what it looks like. So there, it's been sitting for a while, and as you can see, there's a obvious water line at the bottom here. The rest of this should be fine to burn off, but the water, no. So I'm gonna siphon this out. I'm not gonna use it in here. All right, now I'll probably use it in something else that I can just keep running. But yeah, there is oil in this, so that's why it's a really, really dark color. It's not that it's bad gas. It has some engine oil in. Long story, but yeah. So that's about gasoline, and there's the water in the bottom. So let's Put fuel in. All that fuel I put in, I can barely see it down there. Probably because it's going all over but inside the fuel tank. There. Now I can see it coming up. Finally. Jeez, what a mess. Let me grab my rag, quickly wipe this all up. I'll get rid of all the staining now from the old gas. The lovely smell of corn gas. It smells great. Remember back in the 80s and 90s, gasoline didn't smell like this. Actually didn't smell terrible. Now it's got like a corny chemical smell. It smells terrible. So now ideally, this should start right away. No issues. So let's see. Perfect! Aha! Well, it started now, so I guess let's cut the grass. So the self-propel isn't stopping propelling. Take a look. It won't let go. So now it's just going to lay down a strip. That's not good. That's going to be a fun one now. Oh, okay, so that's going to need to be checked. Awesome. Well, at least let me cut the rest of the grass, then we'll deal with that. Right, let's quickly move this guy. Oh no, I'm gonna hit my cameras. There we go. Okay, so it's going to be self-propelling all on its own. Right. Hey, look! The self-propel let go! And now it's holding again. Again. I wonder if the cable's just slowly getting freed up. Maybe. Oops! Knocked over the tree. Freed up. Yeah, the cable's freed up. Good. I believe this thing should work. I believe this is my working one. Yeah, it works. Wonder if it's just out of gas. No, she's got lots of gas. Just finicky.
Now for more now.
Right, so there we go, guys. This one's done. Doesn't seem to be leaking fuel anymore, which is good. At least I don't think so. No, I think I can confidently say that it's not leaking fuel. But if I come out within the... Where'd this come from? Oh, bet you that came from here. It looks like a piece of plastic from here that snapped off. That's probably this back over here. That's unfortunate. That must have been the grommet that was attached there. Not much I can do with it now. Oh well. Put it in my pocket. Throw it in the garbage after. Yeah, but that's it. Popped a new spark plug in there, or sort of new, at least a clean one, but it kept stalling out and then would start again. It was almost as if it forgot what it was doing and then remembered, oh yeah, I'm running. I should keep running. I know it's not the bale slipping because, well, there's actually a lot of travel. I mean, that's a lot of travel. So I know it's not the kill switch that's causing that. It's just like it forgets that it's running. It's almost like it misses a spark. It has a slight misfire, which doesn't make sense. It's one spark plug. I don't know, maybe it's a spark plug. Every now and again it just says, nope, I'm not going to fire this time. I don't know. It's very peculiar. Very peculiar indeed. I'm not going to bother worrying about the front wheels. I thought I would have wheels that I could replace with it, but the replacement wheels were actually in worse condition than these. They were completely bald. Like, just they might as well be racing slicks, and we're not exactly running racing mowers here, so. But yeah, guys, another one saved from the scrap heap. Deck's in really, well, pretty good shape overall. It's actually in really, really good shape. What this will sell for? I don't know. This late in season, hard to say, but I'm figuring between 100, 150 bucks I should be able to get for this mower. The drive system seems to have freed itself up. I'm really, really curious about why it keeps dying and stopping and dying and stopping. I mean, it's kind of random, but I don't know what to make of that. I really don't know what to make of that. I'm going to have to do a little bit of research, find out what's going on, or maybe you guys can make a few suggestions and let me know what's going on. But anyway, guys, I guess I'll see you in the next one. Oh, who's calling me? Nick. Hi, Nick. Call you right back, buddy. Yeah, guys. Catch you in the next one. So yeah, there we go, guys. Another one done. Not bad, not bad. Canadiana Elite. I don't know, I saw Canadiana as well. I was mentioning at the beginning of this video that it was just straight Canadiana, not the Elite, because it didn't have a self-drive system. Self-propel. A little bit of corrosion here, but doesn't seem to have perforated the deck. Drain. Everything else seems pretty good on this mower. Not sure what that clanking was, but it's not the blade. So, I don't know. I really don't know. No idea what happened. Right. Well, another one saved. Decent little mower. I mean, really did a good job with that cutting. Really did. Anyway, guys, I guess, yeah. See you in the next one, and spark plug off for safety.
How dare you!